Living in Africatown, the community is a very close-knit community, but there have been lots of health problems, environmental problems because of the industry that very near the community. Environmental, the weather, the debris and everything that we've gotten from the industry that's here. But the living is fine. You know, we're now right now we're sitting in the community garden, and this is something that was this year. It was dedicated, and anyone that wants to have a garden out here, they are welcome to have a garden. But industry that wants to settle in our community is always industry that's going to be harmful health-wise and environmental-wise. And we would like to see some positive industry come here, and so that people can come to Africatown and tour Africatown and see the history, because this is a very historical place. They docked the ship at the Mobile River down the hill from here, and they let the slaves that was on the ship, they just told them, you can go. And the slaves came up the hill to Plateau. And Plateau is a level piece of land that sits on a hill. And this is where the slaves settled, was in Plateau. And one of the slaves that's well known was Cudjoe Lewis. And Cudjoe Lewis is buried in this cemetery in back of me. And the slaves that got off that ship are buried there. And he helped to found the Union Baptist, Missionary Baptist Church that sits over there on Bay Bridge Road. And this is how Africatown was started. Mobile County Training School is it's a historical school, and they have interesting events going on there, and it has quite a bit of history, a lot of history. So I just like to mention that it was the first black high school in the state of Alabama. So that's very historical, but it's a middle school now. The only negative thing is last year they ran a pipeline across the school playground, and the children were not able to come out and play on the playground last year. A potential tank farm would be a disaster to this community in the event that lightning strikes or that there's a leak or a tornado. We are in tornado and hurricane area, and if any one of those things came through or lightning would strike a tank, Africatown would be destroyed. And I would say it's less than a quarter of a mile from our community. It's right across the street from our community, and it would be no way that we could be saved, because this would be a sudden thing. You don't have a warning when there's a tank explosion or anything. There's no prior warning. So that would be disastrous for this community. The Environmental Justice Act is being ignored, because the Environmental Justice Act is to protect especially community like ours from hazardous industry. We're not just Africatown environmental justice, we are Mobile environmental justice in this city of Mobile, and there are things that they're wanting to do downtown, bring tank farm downtown, and we don't want it, you know. And so and other people are being involved, supporting us in what we are trying to keep from happening out here, but also keep it from happening in their area also here in Mobile. And to rezone as industry can bring all kind of industry in here and just completely shut down the community. And this is something that we don't want, and we will continue to fight to keep the community as a community and zone as residential. We will fight as long as we possibly can, and necessary, to keep this as a zone, as a residential area.